At 18, Tom Cruise's family confirms the rumor. Tom Cruise's early years hold a shocking secret that shaped his rise to fame. Stick around as we unveil the truth his family confirmed when he was just 18 years old. Tom Cruise's turbulent childhood. People may not know much about Tom Cruise because his childhood does not resemble a movie star's present latitude. Tom Cruise was born on July 3, 1962, in Syracuse, New York. He had a troubled childhood. His parents were never well off, and they were always barely making it. His father, Thomas Cruise Maypether III, was an electrical engineer, but unlike today's world of fast and easy money, he didn't get many regular jobs. This instability in the family's financial situation often led to frequent changes of the family's residence from one city to another in the United States and Canada. By the time Tom was 14 years old, he had already gone to 15 different schools. Such instability affected Tom's ability to develop friendships and seems to instill in him the feeling of insecurity when he grew up. Tom has a highly complex attitude towards his father. It is essential to note that Tom is called a bully and a coward. He is a young boy who suffers from his father's temper most of the time. Thomas Sr. tends to get easily angered, and young Tom quickly notices the aspect of his father. Tom tends to fend for himself since there is no positive reinforcement from his father, and he becomes disciplined, and this makes him work hard. He wants a way out of the man's domination, who uttered the words that life is too cruel and that one has to struggle for everything in life. For this reason, it is this turbulent relationship that defines Tom's early childhood, and at the same time provokes him to become an ambitious man. Due to his culture, Tom, as the family's firstborn son, has been challenged with the responsibility of shielding his three sisters from his father's anger. This responsibility makes him grow up quickly and become very independent and determined. However, it also affects him in the worst possible way, emotionally. He seeks acceptance, love, and respect from the outside world. The instability in the life of Tom, who moves a lot, makes him look at the areas where that instability is substituted by stability and skill, which in turn can stabilize him. He then tries his luck in athletics, mainly wrestling, and performs excellently soon after joining. But even here his dreams are shattered when he suffers a knee injury that stops him from going on wrestling. Now he starts all over again. Now, you will hardly believe how to turn over a new leaf at 18. Life presented Tom with a dramatic card turn. However, Tom's problems help him grow and create a burning desire. He realizes that he has to come out of the giant shadow of his father and establish his own identity. He begins to wander off to other fields before he finally discovers his passion for acting at some later age. For him, the stage is an opportunity to flee from the real world, since here one can become whoever he wants. This is discovered in the school plays, and for the first time, Tom sets his sights on a future that can take him away from his present status in life. This newfound passion helps him survive and demand the utmost in himself, to dream like never before. However, our hero still needs to realize his most significant test. But what surprises me is that what happens next will put Tom at the receiving end, and he will be stretched to his limit. Tom, at the age of 18, makes a risky decision that helps him to frame his future. He decides to go for acting full-time and disowns the family he has lived with all these years. This decision was made in despair, and they hope to swap everything. It is wild, yet Tom has decided to do it. His childhood was not ideal, so he knew early that nothing would be given to him on a silver platter. But at the same time, he also possesses qualities that will help him to cope with all the adversities. Many of the undertakings Tom undertakes are risky, as he steps into the unknown with the will to confront any obstacle that he may encounter as an after-effect of the troubled past he wants to leave behind. The big move to New York. It only took Tom Cruise till 18, when he made one of the most fateful decisions of his life. After high school, he could not afford to remain in his hometown if he had to make something out of himself. Having devoted himself to acting, he no longer doubts that it is a passion that drives him, and he feels a necessity to come out of the shell of the tragic background he came from. With only a few dollars in his pocket and all his passion, Tom plans to go to New York City, the entertainment industry's hub. That was a foreseeable jump for the unknown man with no contact list in his pocket and no backup plan. Tom, however, is willing to go for this risk, this gamble, saying that this is their chance to fix it all. When Tom brings his family to New York City, the audience discovers that the city is just as challenging as it motivates the young boy. The streets are full of dreamers like him, and everyone strives for a shot at stardom. But Tom isn't only a man who dreams and tries to become an artist, a musician, and a singer. He knows he possesses a material that cannot easily be put off in flames. He wakes up in the morning and goes for auditions and acting lessons to ensure he is perfect. However, one cannot attain success immediately. Tom has low-paying jobs that enable him to meet his household needs, such as waiting and busboys' sons. He resides in a small rented apartment in a sorry state and has meager earnings. The city is costly and highly competitive, yet Tom does not want to surrender. Nevertheless, Tom stays on track in his endeavor. He loses sleep, friends, and a girlfriend, and a comfortable bed to keep the dreaming going on. At his age, others have college experiences or are starting their careers. But Tom exists on the edge of the boat, pursuing a dream that he can almost see. It's a struggle to survive, and rejection letters keep coming in. Occasionally, people tell him that he is too short for the role, too intense, or simply that he does not fit the role description. However, instead of demoralizing him, the rejections spur him on even more. Tom is fully aware that every time he receives a no, he is building up towards the yes that will transform his life. Suddenly, when the situation becomes quite favorable for Tom, an unexpected hurdle comes in front of him, destroying all his dreams. When months turn into years, he faces one challenge after another, which challenges his heart. This pressure of living in such an unforgiving city starts to build up on him. A few sureties develop, but what if all of the sacrifice results in nothing? However, it should be noted that Tom does not change direction, even when he is in despair. He knows it is warfare, and is ready to fight this because his past has prepared him for it. The lessons he learned from his father's harsh discipline, the resilience he developed from constant moves, and the burning desire to prove himself all come into play. Tom's big break hasn't arrived yet, but he can feel it getting closer with every audition. Acting business is unforgiving, and Tom is up against people who have been in the business for quite some time. He tries to get dates, but is rejected each time as the young man is still far from fitting in society. But Tom isn't just fighting for some part. It is more than that. It is the fight of life. He then puts all his efforts and time into acting and gets into the spirit of each character, each line, and each scene. Gradually, the casting directors start becoming aware of his potential, his acting prowess, screen presence, and passion. Tom is standing on the precipice of something great, but still has a great challenge ahead of him. Well, wait and see, because what happens next will bring Tom very close to the end of his career. Tom's decision in New York is portrayed as a sacrifice, which sets the groundwork for a winning streak that is about to come. He is hungry to get the position and is only obsessed with a goal that can inspire him to go through any rigorous test. Unknowingly, a critical juncture in his career is on the horizon. However, it is at a steep cost. Picking New York as his new home was the first one, and the harsh trials awaiting him will show how determined he is. The rumor that shook his family. Tom Cruise picks up steam in New York at 18, and a terrible rumor threatens to wipe out all he has worked for. According to gossip, rumors regarding Tom's sexuality start to spread, asserting he is subtly gay. Such a rumor could swiftly ruin a young actor's career in the 1980s, particularly for someone like Tom, who was all about to become famous. Unlike nowadays, the entertainment business was closed-minded, hence this rumor might destroy his career before it even starts. Driven for any scandal that would generate headlines, the media grabs on the narrative. Investigating Tom's personal life, reporters search for proof that would support the rumor. Hoping to catch a vulnerable moment, paparazzi swarm him, but Tom stays cool and says nothing. He is aware that one mistake might feed the conjecture even more. There is enormous strain, and the continual inspection is intolerable. Already taxed by years of financial struggle and emotional upheaval, his family is plunged into anarchy. Like wildfire, the rumors cover their life with a terrible shadow. For young Tom, who already battles self-esteem because of his demanding background, the scenario is intolerable. Already tense, his relationship with his father gets to be intolerable. According to his austere and demanding father, the rumor attacks the family's reputation. He is enraged and not hides it. Their conflict gets to a breaking point, separating them more than they have ever done. But just when it seems like the rumor might end everything, a new revelation turns the story on its head. Tom is resolved to show that his talent and commitment will transcend any controversy despite the upheaval. He refuses to let the gossip define him and directs the suffering and irritation into performance. Every audition turns into a battlefield he battles to prove casting directors he is more than just tabloid fodder. He understands how he manages this situation will determine his career in the business. The gossip stays with him and influences his early job possibilities. Concerned about scandal, casting directors are reluctant to gamble on him. But Tom's will just gets stronger. He concentrates more on his work than on crumbling under pressure. Working non-stop to improve his acting, he pushes himself more sophisticated than ever before. His unquestionable talent and passion start the industry to pay attention, and gradually the tide starts to change. His tenacity pays off when he gets a little but important part in Taps, a movie that establishes him on the scene. Though the rumor clouds things, his performance is outstanding. People start to realize Tom for who he really is, an actor with unquestionable drive and natural ability. Though it shook his family, the gossip did not break him. It simply serves to inspire him. You won't believe the shocking revelation that finally puts the rumor to rest. The rumor starts to fade into the background as Tom's star rises. Eventually, the truth comes to light. The rumor was baseless, a fabrication designed to create drama where there was none. Tom's focus on his career and refusal to let the gossip control his life pays off. He emerges from the ordeal stronger, more resilient, and with a newfound determination to succeed. The turning point. When the demanding rumors about Tom Cruise's sexuality start to spread, he is at a crossroads. Tom is in the most difficult stage of his young life since his future career is in jeopardy. The media drives the story at every turn, relentless. But Tom, with his family at his side, chooses to reject letting the controversy define his life instead of allowing it to consume him. Though the rumor shakes Tom's family, they support him. His mother, Mary Lee, turns as his rock. She is not willing to let an unfounded rumor ruin everything. She understands how hard Tom has worked to reach where he is. Mary Lee exhorts Tom to climb above the hubbub and concentrate on his work. For Tom, who needs it more than ever, her relentless support becomes a pillar of strength. The family chooses a plan to fight the rumor behind closed doors. Silence is, they agree, their finest weapon. They want the rumor to die out, finally, by depriving it of air. Tom pays great attention to this counsel. Still, totally committed to his work, he gives all he has. Every job, no matter how tiny, becomes a chance to demonstrate his indisputable talent. His dedication to his profession becomes more muscular, and soon important business leaders notice this persistence. But when it seems like the worst is over, a new challenge emerges that pushes Tom to his limits. Tom's career has a turning point when he accepts a part in risky business. This movie changes the rules. Tom is aware he needs this break. Driven to present the world with who he is, a gifted actor with a bright future, not the subject of a negative rumor, he throws himself into the part with all he has. The popularity of the movie throws him into the limelight and causes the story to change all around. Tom Cruise is a bona fide star, not only a name seen in the gossip columns. The gossip that once threatened to bring Tom down begins to dissipate as his career takes off. His performance in risky business is so remarkable that it eclipses any residual uncertainty regarding his personal life. People find it impossible not to notice his talent. Once fixated on the controversy, the media today emphasizes his meteoric ascent in Hollywood. Tom grabs this chance and uses the success to gain even more important opportunities. Every fresh chance turns into a stepping stone, bringing him closer to the top. And just when you think you know everything about Tom's journey, there's a secret his family kept hidden until now. Tom is quite amazing in his ability to fuel his ambition from difficulty. He uses the pressure, instead of giving in, to drive himself ahead. Once a possible career-ending controversy, the rumor fades from memory as he proves himself among Hollywood's most promising young performers. His accomplishment is evidence of his tenacity, concentration, and will to resist definition by anything except his ability. Tom's career keeps skyrocketing in the next few years. He plays roles that test him, stretch him beyond his comfort zone, and highlight the depth of his skills. Now, given his accomplishments, the gossip that once tormented him seems small. Tom Cruise is a formidable actor. Nothing, not even a negative rumor, can stop him. Tom Cruise's life-turning moment is not just about conquering a scandal, but also about discovering the will to be true to his aspirations in the face of all the challenges. It's about realizing every difficulty presents a disguised opportunity. Most significant, though, is the lesson of never giving up no matter how difficult things get. Tom's journey doesn't end here. What happens next is even more surprising, and you won't want to miss it. The rise to fame. The breakthrough for Tom Cruise came with his legendary part in Risky Business. Just 21, he assumed the role of Joel Goodson, a high school student transforming his parents' residence into a makeshift brothel. The well-known sequence in the movie, whereby Tom slides across the floor in his socks and underpants, becomes a cultural sensation overnight. The Globe witnessed a young performer with great promise. Tom Cruise's performance set him off into the Hollywood limelight, and soon everyone was chatting about him. But glory also brings fresh difficulties. Tom's explosive and all-consuming accent is fascinating. He moves from casting calls for jobs to be sought after by top producers and directors. Tom has to negotiate the difficult terrain of stardom as offerings flood in. He's a Hollywood hottie with all eyes on him, not just an actor trying to make it. The strain is great, and Tom soon discovers that success has unique difficulties. Though Tom is now well known, the story of his sexuality hangs in the background. Risky Business's success overcomes the controversy, but it doesn't totally erase it. Still whispering in the media, some people doubt his personal life. Though a shadow follows him reminding Tom that nothing is ever really forgotten in Hollywood, he understands he cannot let the gossip define him. But what happens next is a twist no one saw coming, changing everything for Tom. Tom's notoriety increases the scrutiny as well. Every action he takes is examined, and every choice is criticized. There's a great pressure to keep his reputation. He understands that keeping on top in Hollywood is just as difficult as reaching there. Tom is driven to show that he is more than simply a beautiful face. he possesses the ability to keep a long-lasting profession. He pushes himself into his career and accepts roles that test his boundaries. Top Gun marks Tom's next big career turning point. The movie reinforces his reputation as a leading man and transforms him into an international celebrity. Tom's performance of the cocky Navy aviator, Maverick, enthralls viewers everywhere. The movie turns into a box office sensation, and Tom suddenly is a bona fide genuine Hollywood heavyweight, rather than merely a rising star. His name is on everyone's lips, his face is on magazine covers, and his appeal surges. But given this degree of celebrity, the pressure just rises. Tom feels he is under continual attention, and he has little space for mistake. Once a threat to his work, the gossip about his personal life and tabloid headlines casting doubt on his relationships resurges sometimes. Still, Tom stays focused. Knowing that his work is his strongest defense, he keeps selecting parts that highlight his range and depth as an actor. When it seems like Tom has it all, another shockwave hits, one that no one expected. Tom's ascent to popularity keeps quick despite the difficulties. Along with Paul Newman, he stars in The Color of Money, therefore demonstrating his acting ability. The movie gets great marks, and Tom's performance is hailed for its maturity and ferocity. He's a respected actor in his own right, not only an adolescent hottie. The business begins to view Tom as a real talent with staying strength, not only a star. Tom is conscious of the ongoing pressure to sustain his achievements, even as his career soars. Hollywood is erratic, he knows, and celebrity may be ephemeral. Though rumors about his personal life still abound, Tom resists allowing them to define him. Rather, he finds inspiration in it, driving himself to be better, keep at the top of his game, and work more. Tom Cruise is on top of the world as the 1980s draw to an end. He confirmed his place in Hollywood, won critical praise, and starred in consecutive hits. Still, under the surface, he understands that celebrity is a two-edged blade. His ascent determines the complexity of the fall. Tom, though, is open to whatever comes next. He is resolved to keep on forward regardless of obstacles, as he has shown he can overcome them. But as Tom's career reaches new heights, he faces a challenge that could change everything, and it's closer than he thinks. Tom's meteoric rise to fame is a reminder that success comes with trials. Rumor, pressure, constant scrutiny, all of it could have derailed him. Instead, Tom uses these challenges to fuel his ambition, driving him to work harder and aim higher. His journey to the top is a testament to his resilience, talent, and unwavering determination to succeed. The family's revelation. After years of conjecture, Tom Cruise's family at last speaks out on the rumor following him since he was 18 years old. Whispers about Tom's sexuality have dogged his career for decades, casting a shadow of uncertainty and driving many newspaper headlines. This rumor never goes away, even with success and notoriety. Both supporters and detractors wonder what the truth is and why the actor keeps quiet on it. Now, though, his family moves forward to handle the matter, and what they expose shocks everyone. According to Tom's family, the gossip never concerned his sexuality. Rather, they reveal that Tom's early years in New York's tight interactions with a few male pals led to a misunderstanding that started the narrative. At 18, Tom was simply another aspirational actor, negotiating the demanding surroundings of the city, depending on his friends for encouragement. Some, however, misread these associations and started to conjecture he may be gay. From then, the story spread like a media ravenous for rumors and a public ready to grab on any morsel about the upcoming celebrity. But when you think the truth is out, what Tom's mother reveals next leaves everyone speechless. The family's disclosure upsets Tom right to his core. He let his work speak for itself for years, discounting the rumors. But Tom understands the power, and risk of public opinion when he sees how quickly the rumor descended from something so benign. Always his toughest defender, his mother acknowledges that she had advised Tom to keep quiet about the rumors, since she thought that talking about them would only help the fires to flare. She now regrets not speaking up sooner, though. Her remorse is great, and she talks of how she wishes they had handled the rumors head-on when they first emerged. Tom gets both relief and annoyance. On the one hand, the truth is at last visible and far less scandalous than most people would have thought. On the other hand, he has lived years under the shadow of a falsehood that could have been cleared with a straightforward justification. But there is a fee associated with this confirmation. Tom understands that public reaction will be erratic, even though the truth is out. Their reaction to this insight will be what? Will they consider it a non-issue, or will it revive the speculations and cause more investigation? As the media frenzy dies down, a new question emerges that no one saw coming. The media responds right away and aggressively. Journalists break down the family's comments and examine every word for underlying significance. While some sources applaud the family for at last speaking out, others question their waiting time. Talk shows question if this disclosure will damage or advance Tom's career, as headlines scream about the shocking truth underlying the rumor. From support for Tom to conspiracy theories regarding why the family remained quiet for so long, social media bursts with ideas. The disclosure generates a fresh wave of interest instead of rendering the issue dead. Public response is likewise split. While some wonder why it mattered in the first place, longtime supporters welcome the debunking of the rumor. Some relate to Tom because they understand his difficulties handling this attention. Others are still dubious, asking whether the narrative goes beyond what has been disclosed. For Tom, this is a sobering reminder that people will always doubt him regardless of his words or actions. He has learnt to deal with it, although it still hurts. But just when you think the storm is past, another revelation surfaces, one that changes everything yet again. For Tom Cruise, this insight signifies a sea change. It's a time of closure and a sobering reminder of how readily rumors may turn his life upside down. The experience helps him to ignore the noise and keep committed to his job and personal life, doing what he loves, acting. He drives himself to assume more difficult and varied parts, channeling the feelings aroused by this public experience into his work. If anything, this experience simply fuels his ambition, which increases his will to prove that nothing, not even a decades-old rumor, can stop him. Tom's family is his constant support system, even when the dust settles. Together they have experienced highs and lows. This disclosure strengthens their relationship. Though they are aware that public opinion will always change with the media, they also know the truth, what really counts most to them. Particularly, Tom's mother is at ease since she at last straightens the record. Even if the world wasn't always nice, she is pleased of her kid for deft management of the circumstances. The family's disclosure of the rumor ultimately goes beyond simply clearing Tom's name. It is evidence of the strength and capacity of their relationship to transcend the demands of celebrity. Though Tom Cruise is a worldwide figure, at her heart he is still the young person who dreamed big and battled tirelessly to realize his goals. The disclosure marks only another chapter in his life that reveals his resiliency, family loyalty, and unwavering will to keep on whatsoever. Regarding what his family shares going forward, that narrative then once more renders everyone mute. Tom Cruise's response. Tom Cruise's response is a mix of relief, annoyance, and fresh resolve when he finds out his family has at last verified the reality behind the persistent rumor. Years of rumors about his personal life have hung like a shadow, influencing his private life as much as his public one. Now that the truth is freely available, Tom finds himself in a turning point in his life and profession that will try his fortitude and define his destiny. Tom first responds with great relief. After decades of avoiding inquiries, refuting rumors, and keeping quiet, he at last feels weight taken off his shoulders. His family's confirmation that the rumor sprang from a misinterpretation of his early years' close friendships helps him to find closure. Tom's name has been connected with whispers and implication for so long. Now the truth is at last clear. Knowing the rumor has no basis, he gets a surge of vindication. This relief, yet, is also tinged with frustration. Even with the truth coming to light, Tom is enraged at the years wasted on uncertainty and conjecture. Knowing that one mistake could start the rumor, he has devoted so much work to meticulously control his public image. This cautious navigation has sometimes caused him to hold back, not express himself fully, and steer clear of events the media might interpret as controversial. He now questions how different things may have been had his family spoken up earlier. He knows, though, why they didn't. Always there was a danger of feeding the rumor mill and turning a misinterpretation into a controversy. But as Tom feels some peace, an unexpected twist threatens to shake everything again. This disclosure dramatically influences Tom's personal life in addition to his public reputation. Tom has grown to have a thick skin over the years and learnt to separate his public image from his inner self. Still, constant rumors have always caused suffering, particularly in intimate talks or among those close to him. Tom feels liberated now the truth is out front. He no longer has to live under the weight of a falsehood. At last he can be himself, free from concern about anything benign becoming sensational. But the effect of the rumor is not something that vanishes overnight. Some still hold to the old story, even with a validation from his family. Tom understands that public view does not shift right away. Ever ravenous for a narrative, the media keeps analyzing his every action in search of any clue suggesting some validity for the old rumors. Tom is, however, ready for this. He is faced with worse. In fact, this experience has sharpened his will. He chooses to face the matter squarely and fuel his future chapter from it. Tom's reaction to the family's disclosure is rather deliberate. He is aware that public scrutiny of his profession, which is based on talent, diligence, and tenacity, will always exist. He is not ready to let unfounded rumors define him nevertheless. Rather, he concentrates on his strongest suit, performance. He gives his best to his work and accepts demanding roles that would let him highlight his actor range and depth. Every fresh project is evidence that he is more than the rumors about him. He will not allow the past control his present. And just when you think Tom has moved on, another revelation emerges that changes everything once more. The family's validation of the rumor gradually disappears from public awareness as Tom's career flies. Still, it profoundly affects Tom's attitude to his job and life. He starts to pick more carefully about who he allows into his inner circle. Though always a valuable resource in Hollywood, trust becomes more important to him. More than ever, he understands now the people around him need his back to get him through when the world turns against him. Tom welcomes this challenge at the same time as a chance for personal redefining. He actively addresses rumors and straightens his record, therefore strengthening his public image. Though occasionally required, he knows that quiet may also let lies flourish unbridled. He so begins to speak more, sharing his narrative in his own words, utilizing public presentations and interviews. For Tom, this marks a new phase whereby he is free from hiding or silence. The public starts to see a different side of Tom Cruise, one more honest, open, and ready to face the rumors squarely. His supporters find resonance in this change in strategy, since they value his integrity and avoidance of historical box-ins. While some detractors keep emphasizing the old rumors, Tom's fresh approach earns him respect from others who view his behavior as evidence of development and wisdom. He is a man who has faced down the rumors and come out stronger, not just the movie star with a dubious background. But even as Tom reclaims his narrative, a stunning new development leaves everyone questioning everything they thought they knew. Don't miss our next video that uncovers another Hollywood secret. Click here to watch now and dive into the untold stories behind your favorite stars.